Hi friends, we are starting a new weekly reading vlog. Today is Tuesday and I'm gonna have a bath and read for a bit, and I think what I'm going to read is The Brood. It is the next book in the, no sorry, it's called The Bluff. It is the next book in the, like that's what it looks like, in the Calamity Montana series by Daphne Perry. This is, I believe, A Marriage of Convenience. Yes, it's A Marriage of Convenience, which I love. 340 pages, perfect length for me. See how long it takes me. It's now like 7:10, so I might read a bit tonight and see how far we get. But I'm gonna go run that bath and I'll check in with you guys when I get out of the bath and see how much I've read. Friends, I am 50% of the way through The Bluff and I'm loving it, loving it. Very funny. There is a lot happening. I love The Marriage of Convenience. I love A Marriage of Convenience, especially with a single daddy. It does it for me. I have a feeling this is going to end up in an accidental pregnancy, just with the way that they're speaking, but we will see. Really enjoying it. Nothing to report. It's very steamy. It's probably her steamiest book that I've read to date. And I've read all of her backlog. This is the last series that I have to read. I'm just honestly having a good time. I have really no thoughts. I'm just here vibing. I'm a bit tired, but loving this so much. It's a good time. Very much a good time. Daphne Perry just is such a good writer. I'm so glad that I am finishing up her backlog because it's just it's so comforting. I'm really like conflicted whether I'm going to start Melanie Harlow's or Corinne Michaels' backlog next. Good morning. I'm eating my breakfast. So it is breakfast catch-up time. This morning I'm having some overnight oats with like hemp seeds, yogurt and raspberries. I finished The Bluff. I think I'm giving it a 4 stars, maybe a 4.5. I have to sort of think on it, but I'm thinking a 4. I really liked it. I really liked the ending. There was no real suspense element. I really liked the way Savannah grew as a person and like they sort of worked it out. They could have worked it out sooner. There's a lot of things like I was left questioning. I think it's a 4 star. And then I started Stay With Me by Brooke Montgomery and I'm only like maybe 15% of the way through it. I am really liking it so far. I think it is great. I think it's going to be very emotional. It's going to really tug on my heartstrings, which is not surprising because Here With Me and Come With Me were very, very heavy, but I'm very excited to dive into this. I cannot wait to see what happens. There is trigger warnings at the start of the book, which is a good thing. So if you have any triggers, please check those if you want to pick it up. But overall, I think it's going to be a good time. I can't wait to see these two sort of get along. It is accidental pregnancy, but the love interest isn't the daddy. Interested to see how that all plays out. I have a feeling it's gonna be quite hard to read. I'm really happy so far with what I'm reading this week. I think it's gonna be a good week. Okay friends, we're gonna have to ignore the sound of my kettle. I am making a strawberry matcha because it's what I'm in the mood for. So let's do that and I'm gonna talk you through everything I have been reading for the last couple of days. I really haven't read much, literally at all. It's been a busy week. It's been a lot. Trying to like read and while you're doing a lot of other different things is really hard. But I did start my non-fiction book for the month, which was the Tinks book. And I really enjoy it. Like, while I have been someone who's been in a relationship for a very long time, I still enjoyed it. I thought it was a great book about like female friendship more than about dating culture, which is something that I really appreciated. I have no notes and no critiques about it. I just think it's a really great thing about feminine worth, feminine self-worth, and like how to date and how to date successfully. So I think if you're a woman who is struggling with dating, struggling with like the feelings of how hard it is to date as a woman, I would recommend checking it out. Other than that, it took me a fucking week to read Stay With Me by Brooke Montgomery because I just haven't had the opportunity to sit down. I did go and get my hair done on Wednesday, which is when I started the book, but I really didn't get a lot of reading in, and then I had to go and help my mum with house moving. I'm hoping this doesn't make a mess. But yeah, I loved it. I love the way it kind of went. Very full on, very action packed. I did finish it up before. I'm thinking I'm settling on a 4 stars. It didn't really happen the way I expected it to. I think it was a great book. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the series. I really enjoyed all the characters. I'm very excited to see where the next book goes, which isn't too far away. I felt like I read Here With Me ages ago, and it's been like a long time since Now I'm about to start The Brazen by Devney Perry, which is the third book in her Calamity Montana series. Excited to see how that goes. I'm only like 2 chapters in, but Liv is coming over shortly and we're probably going to have a little reading date. This has just become so much messier than it needed to be, but that is very pretty. It doesn't have enough sweetness. Cheers. So yeah, I'm going to go chill out and read, waiting for Liv to get here. I don't even know what I'm saying. I've forgotten how to vlog this week. It's been a couple of days. I was going to sit here. Oh. Okay. I was going to sit there, but he was sitting there now. He wants to cuddle. So, it has been a couple of days. I finished some books, read some books, been hanging out. So, I finished The Brazen by Devney Perry, and I think I'm settling on 3.5 stars. I enjoyed it. Kerrigan was such a fun FMC to read about in previous books, in the previous 2 books, but in this one she had no backbone, and it really annoyed me because she was so much fun, but in this one she just had no backbone. She didn't stand up to her, it took her forever to stand up to her family, was getting treated like shit by everybody and just did nothing about it. Like even with Pierce, like at the start, she kind of just let him go. I don't know, it was weird, and I kind of felt no chemistry between them. Like I enjoyed their banter, but I didn't feel like the crazy amounts of chemistry that I'm used to with the Devney Perry book. I don't know, maybe it's less than 3.5 stars. I don't know. That's how I'm feeling right now. I don't think it was a bad book. I had a good time. I enjoyed it. I loved the ending. I want a little bit more substance. It was just lacking a little bit of substance. I've almost finished A Regency Romance. I will talk about that when I finish it. I also have an arc to finish by Julia Jarrett, which I'll talk about when I finish as well. But I am about to start The Bully by Devney Perry, which is the next book in that series. And we'll see how we go. I have no idea what the plot is. I have no idea who it follows. Nothing about it. The Calamity Montana series is probably my least favorite so far. But yeah, I'm gonna sit here for a couple of hours, do some reading, and see how we go. I'm gonna spend like the next couple of days like catching up on my TBR because I've let my TBR like slide. Okay, I'm a little bit further into The Bully. I've been reading on my Kindle. I'm 25% of the way through. Very intrigued. They have history. There is a history that I'm still trying to learn. He's her bully. I'm a bit lost. He's a retired NFL quarterback. His manager is like the guy from the previous book, and the FMC in this is the guy from the previous book's assistant. So for some reason he has her diary and he's reading that. So we're still gonna keep going, still intrigued. Obviously they're gonna end up falling in love. Why and how, I don't know. I think like for some reason this series just lacks a lot of like relationship development and depth and romance and chemistry. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna keep going. I think in comparison to some of our other series, I'm just missing that charm and that love that Devney Perry is known for. I'll update you at the 50% mark if there's anything important that I want to say. This is gonna be my last update until I finish this book. But the Nellie and Cal were next door neighbors in high school. He was the school bad boy. She had a crush on him. I think he like liked her, but he just never did anything about it. That's how they know each other. Something obviously happens and they started hating each other, or she started hating him, something happened. Her parents absolutely despise him. So that's how they know each other. They're sleeping together. I'm 60% of the way through the book. I can sense that a conflict coming, but I don't mind it. I don't hate it. It's probably like a 4-star. Time for a dinner time update. Finished The Bully. I'm gonna give it a 4 stars. I'm gonna give it a 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. I think it was great. Quite enjoyable. I really liked what happened at the end. A lot of questions were answered for me. I liked the way it was handled. I liked the way that Nellie finally grew. However, this series isn't my favorite at all. Maybe I should potentially readjust my ratings. I think I'm actually gonna drop all of them slightly, which is crazy for me to say for Devney Perry because I do love her. But for me, it's just not hitting the way that I want it to. I'm gonna give this one a 3.5. I also finished on audio the last book in the Hell's Bell series. I believe it's still an ongoing series though, because it kind of left a little bit of a tease. So excited. I didn't realize that Sarah McLean works with Kennedy Ryan, which is why I like it. This one, The Knockout, 4 stars. I loved it. So great. I loved the ending. I thought it was so sweet. I love the growth in our MMC. I loved the side characters. This is my favorite so far. Really giving me that Tessa Dare feeling. So I believe that there is another book coming next April. So it's a while away. Oh, it is. It's confirmed it's the Duchess's book, which I'm so excited about. But anyway, if you haven't read a historical romance, like a Regency romance, I really recommend this series, the Hell's Bell series. The women are all feisty. They have so much pizzazz behind them. They are very fun. I really enjoy it. I'm about to start an audio arc that I got that I have been so incredibly excited for. I can't even explain it to you. It is called Only for the Week by Natasha Bishop. I got the audio arc through Libro FM, but it is now on Kindle Unlimited. So I'm going to follow along with the Kindle book because I can imagine that this is going to be full of things that I want to annotate. Incredibly excited. I'm gonna read it now while I'm eating. But the synopsis of this book is that our main character, Janelle, her sister is marrying her ex-boyfriend. So she's the maid of honor, and she's attracted to the best man. It's given me similar vibes to Again by J.L. Seegers, and I loved that novella. So this has been something that I've been very excited to read. It's set in Mexico, similar to Again. I'm so excited. I don't know if it's fake dating or if it's like they start hooking up for the trip. I'm not exactly sure, but I am foaming at the mouth to read this book. In bed, in my pajamas, I am 25% of the way through. I committed to myself that I'll update every quarter, but this book is elite. This man, oh my fucking God. I can't. Here's everything, the things he says to her. They've already fucked, and his dirty mouth. I'm obsessed. It's probably one of the best books I've ever read in my life. This is fucking elite level romance book. Oh my God, I'm obsessed. I have no other thoughts other than I'm obsessed. I may not update at the 50% mark depending how enthralled I am. I have no other words to describe this other than obsessed. The concept, everything that's going on. I know this is gonna gut punch me between the sister dynamic, but I love this so much. This is pure fantastic romance book. I'm coming in a little bit earlier, but I identify so much with Janelle. She says she thinks she says she's an extroverted introvert, and she's like, yes, I know ambivert is a word, but I like my way better. I am an extroverted introvert. Because she says, I can be very social, but I'm mainly only that with my friends. And when my social battery dies, it dies. That is literally me. Literally me. Guys, this man rented an entire yacht, got her Kindle, 2 paperbacks that she had packed with her, just so that she could read on a private yacht by the water on this holiday. Elite level man. Finished. And I have no notes. No notes. Absolutely not. There is a lot of drama, just FYI, but this is perfect. 250 pages of bliss. There's drama with like all the side fucking characters, but there's no drama between these two. They just learn to like work their shit out like every other fucking adult couple, and it was great. This is the best thing I've ever read in my life. I loved this so much. Best thing I read in my life is probably a hyperbole, but this was fantastic. The growth of Janelle and this journey that she goes on within 2 weeks, and the way that she stands up to her family. If you don't like fast-paced books, this probably isn't for you. This is insta love, but this is insta love like done very well. There is chemistry, there is attraction, there is pining in such a short number of books. Like, I will like a insta love book as long as there's a lot of fucking chemistry. And like, these two have known each other before the events of this book, and they'd met and they'd interacted and they'd, you know, had an attraction, but you know, they're forced to be together for 2 weeks. They're like, well, fuck it. Like, let's get, like, actually give into our attraction this time. And bonk. And I loved it. Like I said, no notes. Fantastic.